They don't have a chair for Skeletor?
Hello everyone and welcome to the Masters of the Cineverse. And today we have a really good show for you, full of entertainment, reviews, news and streaming. And today we have our guest on this side, Cinema
Guess
Davey from
what?
the 80s.
This is my damn show. I ain't no
what happened
guest.
is we've been doing live streams now and again, and we get a lot of requests to do it. So we thought, you know what? We're going to do it every week. Yeah. And maybe more if you guys like it. If you don't, well, we'll do it anyway. So today we have a packed show. And as I said, like, it's basically all the news of the week and all the breaking news, all the gossip and all that. Now, if you want to subscribe, we would appreciate it. If you're watching on Movie Mash, subscribe to mine and jump over to Cinema Chop Shop over this side and subscribe to him. And obviously, you know, if you're watching there, jump over to mine. Now, Davey, how are you?
I'm doing fine. How are you doing today?
Living the dream, of course.
I know, right? Especially because it's early as hell where you're at, you know?
Yeah, it's 4:00 in the morning here, and you know, but you know what? I love movies, news, and talking with the guys who's been coming back now and again. So yeah, this is great. It's worth it, you know?
Yeah. So we're just gonna give you guys a couple of more minutes to start kind of like shuffling in. Make sure you guys said hi, check in, everybody. Make sure you guys check in, tell us where you're from, give us all that good stuff. Tell us what you guys are excited for. Are you guys excited for the Black Adam topic? Are you guys excited for the Halloween topic? Are you guys excited about the Brandon Fraser topic? The Creed 3 topic? You know, we got plenty
Man
of
of Steel
topics.
2.
You said which one?
Man of Steel 2.
Nah, nobody cares about Superman, bro.
What? Excuse me? What?
Nobody
you're right.
cares
nobody
about
does.
Superman,
yeah, you're right.
sir.
Nobody does. Nobody cares about him.
But seriously, today's gonna be really fun. We're just seeing if more people will go ahead and shuffle in. Come on, check in. Let us know where you guys are from. Don't be shy.
Don't be shy. Let us know. Now, also, we'll be taking comments and, you know, on the subject. It doesn't matter if it's not, you know, just hit whatever you want in. If we don't talk to you straight away, we will talk to you at some point. So we will reply. We were just trying to talk and read at the same time. My reading is terrible, by the way. So
yeah, he doesn't know how to read. He is what we call an illiterate.
What? How dare you? Cancel.
You just shamed me.
Cancel.
No, but seriously though, today's a good day. Hey, Renamon, which movie made the most in the box office this year? I don't even know, but we are talking about some box office numbers though. If you want Renamon, you can look that up. Let us know. But this year, it might have been Spider-Man.
Spider-Man was technically last year.
It was technically last year.
Could it be Batman?
Batman, Doctor Strange.
Probably you know what? I would go Doctor Strange over Batman, actually, to be honest. You know, but I don't quite know unless I look it up. But speaking of box office, and we're going to start off with Black Adam. Black Adam, right. So you haven't seen it, Davey, and I have. So the thing is, if you want to see my review, I'll put the link in below because I have already reviewed it. Now, it's only been 2 days, so I'm expecting this to be big, right? So you've got the biggest, and I mean the biggest Hollywood star of all time at the moment.
And the most overpaid or most paid actor in Hollywood as well. He is the highest paid actor in Hollywood.
He is the highest paid. If anyone don't know that, The Rock Johnson is the highest paid actor of all time at the moment as well. And look, the bottom line is his films make money. So it's worth it for them, you know what I mean? So that's what they're getting for. But you get the biggest paid or the biggest actor, a superstar, movie star at the moment, and put him in the biggest type franchise at the moment, which is superheroes, and you're going to get some serious dough. Now, we don't know yet for sure. I mean, this could flop, but there's a lot of buzz.
It's definitely not flopping. I mean, how much is it? How much did you say that is made already?
Right, so it's on a 200 million budget. Yeah. And at the moment, within, is it 2 days or so? Well, this morning when I checked, this morning in the UK, it was 7.6 million, and I was like, "Ooh, is that all?" Now I know it's a day, but this is The Rock and Shazam and DC.
Well, I think the 7.6 million was what he made on Thursday.
Yeah, I still thought that was low.
I think that's because I remember reading that article that they pulled in 7.6 on an opening night, which was Thursday. So those are late screeners. Those are like 7 o'clock screeners.
Well, then that's fair enough. That's big. But at this moment in time, before we come on the show, it's at 26.8 million, and that's 26. What we are.
That's not bad in
Sunday at the moment. I'm Sunday here, but technically it's Saturday. So yeah, and that's pretty good. That's in 2 days. Now, as I said, we've got 200. It's a 200 million budget, right? So we still have a bit to go to make our money back, or they have to make the money back. But within 48 hours or so, not too shabby at all. So, and like, let's face it, the numbers will be in by tomorrow morning, which will have calculated for Saturday, and then we'll say Sunday, Monday, right? I reckon easily. What do you reckon? Make the budget.
I think in about the 2 week at the 2 week mark, I think it will make its money back.
You reckon?
And this movie's definitely going. Yeah, within 2 weeks, it's going to make its money back.
I definitely.
I think 2 weeks is going to make its money back, and then I think that it's probably going to double it by the end of the. Maybe like by November it's going to be way past. By the end of November it's going to be way past. It's I think we're going to look at like 600 million.
All right. So I was going to say for viewers who are watching, tune in next Saturday. I predict by next Saturday, by the time we go on next, they will have made the budget back. Yeah.
By next week?
I reckon, yeah.
Okay. I mean, that's the 2 week mark, ain't it?
Huh?
That's the 2 week mark.
Well, it's a week by next Saturday.
Next Saturday, it will be 2 weeks.
A week and a couple of days. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, okay, look. All right. I get what you're saying. But the point is, I say within a 2 week span, it's definitely going to be like, it's going to crack its budget. After that, I think within another 2 weeks or so, like mid-November, it's going to double it. And then anything after that, like I think it's capped at 600 million. I think it's going to cap at 600 million. What do you think?
I don't know. You see, when it comes to Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson, DC, and the fact that, well, I don't want to say spoilers, but you know what I'm talking about, yeah. I think it's going to be close. I think it'll pass that.
No, you really think that one end credit scene is going to really put ass?
No. That's not. No, that's not.
I was about to say. I was like, I think.
But I will say,
I think we kind of passed that point for that scene.
I will say it piqued my interest because I wasn't that bothered about the.
That's cool, thing. But I mean, at the same time, like you're not like on one of those trips where it feels like maybe you've been waiting for this too long, and it's just lost its thrill.
With Superman?
Yes.
Right. Well, because that's the next subject, right? Look, everyone knows. I mean, most people know. I'm a huge Superman fan. If you haven't guessed it already, yeah, I'm huge. My number one hero. Superman has been in production hell since the Christopher Reeves movies. I don't know what it is, right? It's
the movie is cursed.
Yeah, you know, and you know they say the Omen was cursed. Then we jumped onto what was it? The director jumped onto from The Omen to Superman and But since Superman 4, he was supposed to direct Superman 5, Christopher Reeve. He wasn't going to star, he was going to direct it. It was cancelled. Then for years it just floated around. Then I suppose you might know about the Tim Burton Superman.
Yeah.
That was all cancelled. Then, you know, Brandon Routh Returns cancelled, which I like, by the way.
Here's the thing though. Look, this is a time and place in our lives where superhero movies are in abundance. If you're going to drop a superhero movie and try to make some money, now's the time to do it. So, and now it feels like now they're trying to jump back on the horse at the end of the race. People are starting to get bored of superhero movies already because what we got all these freaking Marvel movies, and then you got the Marvel TV shows. If you have all of these things, people are starting to get bored. People ain't going to be looking for this anymore. So now you want to drop a Superman movie after the hype has died down, and then when people are already starting to check out of superhero movies, I think it's a bad move. But that's just
Right.
my
Well,
opinion.
the thing is, as I say, like I remember you because I'm older than you. I mean, I know people can't tell. I look 20, but I am older than him. The thing is that when I was a kid, we'll say when the Batman movies came out, it was every couple of years. It was every few years, and it was such a big deal, you know. And then another few years, and then when Spider Man came out, it was great. And then after that, one after another, we get 3 or 4 a year. And even though I do watch them, and I do still enjoy a lot of them, yeah, my excitement for it has gone down. Now with Superman, as I say, I'm a big fan, and even though it's not confirmed that there's going to be a Man of Steel, just so everyone knows, it's not confirmed. But what I can, and I'm going to read this out to you, is this. So Hollywood Reporter says David Zasloff is saying basically Superman of Steel, they're looking for a new director and they're writing the script. So if anyone wants to read that, but and the guy who done Mission Impossible, Fallout, maybe doing it or whatever, he thinks that Superman, all the DCU should be based and started around him. Now, it's not confirmed they're doing it, but they're in talks. Now, that's great for Superman fans. It really is, yeah. But people have to bear in mind, people who are getting super excited ahead of themselves. Remember Blade, the new Blade? That's been made for years. And every time we come close to it being made, it's been put on the back burner again. I mean, I don't know if you've heard that, right? They've lost the director to Blade, and
I've heard about that. Yeah.
So we've been waiting for that for years with what's his name? I've forgotten his name top of my head, but so when people go, oh great, another Superman, look, it's closer, but it don't mean shit. But one thing for certain, I am happy. I really want to see a second part. I feel like he deserves it. He's a good Superman. He's a really good Superman. I just now for Zack Snyder fans, I don't think I'm
That
pretty
this means
sure.
that the Snyderverse will be
Yeah, I
restored.
know. I just
Let's put
don't
that in
think-
emphasis because there's a lot of hope that this cameo at the end of Black Adam is basically a calling card for the restoration of the Snyderverse and the original idea of where Justice League was going. I mean, on top of that, we don't even know where Aquaman is going. Aquaman has been supposed to came out. Aquaman 2 was supposed to come out already, right?
Yeah,
and it never even came floated to the top of the surface. So like, let's be honest here. Like, I don't think that DC knows what it's doing. I mean, I get it that this movie was kind of like DC has been throwing things at the wall and they've been sticking. You know, you have this movie, Black Adam, probably on route to do really good numbers. You have the Joker, really good numbers. The Batman, really good numbers. You know, and it just feels like they don't know what to do anymore. They're doing things in universe, out of universe.
I think they have a plan. Now,
do you think they have a plan now, or you think they always had a plan?
No. I think they have a plan now. So with David Zaslav has come in, yeah, and he's kicked everyone out of Warner Brothers. He's making. He said that the DCEU, is Warner Brothers' biggest franchise. We should be concentrating on that, right? Now he's
late, but that's
he's late.
Though.
He's late, and because he's late, it's all messy. But I do think he seems to have a plan and a goal by what I've been checking. Now, whether it works or not, I don't know. But by possibly bringing Superman back, and we'll say with the box office success with however that will be, I think he has a plan. Whether it's good or bad, I don't know. Now with Zack Snyder, I would say nothing is impossible. Yeah, but I really highly doubt it. He's off doing something with Netflix called The Rebel Moon. I don't know if you heard of it. He's apparently really content with what he's doing now. He's done with Warner Brothers and all that. But never say never. But for Zack Snyder fans who are getting super excited about it all, I wouldn't get too excited at the moment about that. But now I just want to ask everyone, what do you think about Superman coming back? And did you like Black Adam, or what do you reckon? Do you reckon it'll make its budget? Will it flop in a couple of days? Let us know in the comments below, and tell us if you're watching live. Tell us now what you think. Is there any in the live chat talking to us?
Yeah. So let's see. Let's go back from the top. Miss T says hi. That was at the
Hello,
beginning
Miss
of the
T.
check-in. Then we got Renamon asked about the box office, and then he came back and said he thinks that either it was Top Gun Maverick or the Minions Rise of Gru, which made over 372 million. Dude, Mission Impossible was sitting on that board for a long time.
Yeah, man.
Sitting on it for a long
You know,
time.
I haven't seen Top Gun yet. Would you believe that?
That was a good one. You messing
Yeah.
up. Davey F, what you talking about? Black Adam is a good movie. You, sir, get the hate out your heart. I didn't even say anything about Black Adam.
Who's that?
Justin.
Oh.
I didn't even say nothing about Black Adam. See, you need to get that wax out of your
He
ears.
just likes to argue with you for the sake of it. I know, Justin.
I think he does, but this man talking nonsense. Let's see what else. X-Files. The homie X-Files. Black Panther is about to come out soon, so Black Adam is screwed. I'm not even gonna lie to you. He actually got a point there. That's a good point.
Yeah, no,
that is a very good point.
Very good point. Yeah,
that
everything stand back.
Like,
everything stand back. Even the movies that are not out yet stand back. Black Panther.
Because I think even if Chadwick Boseman didn't pass away, I still think that it would give. I think it would give them a run for their money. You know what I'm saying? I really think that it would give them a run for the money.
What if he didn't die?
If Chadwick Boseman didn't pass away, I think it would still give Black Adam a run for his money. Like a lot of people are going to say that. I think a lot of people are going to say that because Chadwick Boseman passing, like that's the thing that gave Black Panther the nitrous it needed in order to like blow past like the limits of whatever.
I suppose when someone dies like Elvis and all that, all their records go mental and Tupac and all that. But I still think that Black Panther did really good numbers, and I think because of how good it was, I think it would have been enough for people to be excited for a second one, and I reckon that could be in big numbers. That's with
the first Black Panther was super solid. But
you see, the thing is, I think with deaths as well, it does help. I mean, you know, that sounds bad and all, but I think it does.
Yeah, I mean, sadly, death sells,
sort of thing. But you know, as I said. Now, anyone else?
Any other comments about Black Adam before we move on to the next thing? Anything else? Go ahead and chime in. I'll give you guys about 60 seconds.
Marvin X-Files says it's a D movie. A Black Adam is a D movie. D+ movie.
D+.
Ouch, says The Rock Johnson. Ouch, says The Rock Johnson. A lot of
X-Files is very bold with his stance. He doesn't like the DCU. He's a Marvel guy.
Yeah.
He's a huge Marvel guy, so he's gonna really fight on behalf of Marvel at all times.
Tony Robinson said,
"Oh yeah,
Black Adam was solid."
Yeah.
And he also said, "D-Man, what's up?" Now I don't know if he means me or you.
That's me.
Yeah, all right. You see, can't you say hello to me as well then?
Nope, because you ain't special. Out. Man of Steel is a better movie than Black Adam.
Man of Steel is a better movie. Yeah. 100%. Look,
yeah, of course. Adam, I mean,
check my review. I thought it was better than I thought, but it ain't the greatest. It felt like a Marvel movie. It's very basic, but what made it good, I don't want to go in because I might have a review out already, but what made it good for me was I felt like it was the first time I ever see Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson actually play something straight without being wisecracking. Or I like that, you know. It wasn't the greatest, not even top 10, but it was better than I thought. But
X-Files is coming for you. Says action progress. I'm assuming he meant progresses the plot in Black Adam. This movie
action.
I guess he's trying to say that the only thing it got going for it is like action. Action was what was pushing the plot forward and not action.
Yeah. I agree. It was well paced, if you could get what I mean. There was no downtime in it, you know what I mean? But there was, but not in bad.
But let's go ahead and get to this next topic. Though.
Yes. Now, the next topic is something that it means something to me, and that is Resident Evil 4 Remake.
Resident Evil.
Now, I stayed up the other night and I watched. I didn't even know it was on. I knew there was a remake coming out, and I checked. My son running at 11 o'clock. Dad, what? He's like, the showcase is on. You know, the showcase they do it for now in games on YouTube. Big kind of a a Capcom type thing, right?
Yeah.
Well, when it comes to remake games, and as I said, Resident Evil 4 is my number one game of all time. Now, as you can see, I don't know if you can see, but I have every console you can buy. I collect them, and I have played them all. But when it comes to Resident, it's my favorite. Now, what I was going to say is I checked it out, and I'm not going to lie, I was impressed. I'm excited for it. Now,
because you said it's a remake of Part 4, right?
it's a remake of Part 4. Now, they've remade Resident Evil 1. They've done 2 and 3 recently. And because 4 is still really kind of, it still holds up. Part 4 still holds up. I even bought it recently on, what do you call that thing? The Oculus, the VR, which is, wow, it was good. So I'm a bit worried about how much they're going to change, because for me, you've got to keep it the same, but make it different. It's a challenge, you know? And, well, I'm just going to show you a little bit of the footage for those who haven't seen. I'm just going to show you a little bit of footage here, not a lot. I mean, check that out. This is the chainsaw guy.
Is this the one that's in Africa?
No, that was part 5. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Now, as I said, look, it's coming out. It's coming out on the 24th of March. And when you're watching the showcase, right, they've got buy it now, pre-order, and you can get this and get that. And then if you pre-order the special pack, it's this and that. But if you there's a deluxe pack, and there's another £250 in English.
Can I ask you a question? Like a random question? How do you feel about them just remaking games? Like, I feel like it's the most laziest shit ever, because I mean, I get it. It's cool to get like an updated version of a game that you loved and things like that. But at the same time, like, you have to, like, it's starting to feel like movies, you know, like, where's the originality anymore? Like, you're like, come on, Tony Hawk just got a freaking remake. Star Wars Battlefront got a remake. Resident Evil's getting remaked. We also had the remake to it's off the top of my head, it's blurry now, but we've had all these freaking remakes. Oh, Need for Speed is getting a remake. You know, like, all of these games are getting remakes, which is cool. Like, I'm not mad, because, you know, I like Need for Speed Underground. Like, it was dope. But where's the originality at? Why aren't we just coming up with more original ideas here?
Well, it's the same as movies, you know. A lot of movies, people moan about the remakes and this and that, but yet we get some solid ones. I'm okay with it. I don't really care that much about them, because I don't play as many games anymore as I used to. But when I see the Resident Evil 4 remake and how different it looks and how the same it looks at the same time, I was on board. So I feel I don't mind about the remaking games, as long as they're still making some. I've seen some good, can't think at the top of my head, but I've seen some good games coming out recently, new ones for the PS5 and 4 and all that. So I've seen some good ones, but now and again we're going to get a remake of a classic, and Resident Evil 4 looks like,
I honestly understand the remake to like 1, 2, and 3. And then shout out to Henry, by the way. My man used to come to the Saw streams. He says, "Hey guys, remember me? I was in the live stream during the Better Call Saul reviews." I'm glad you made it here, Henry, because we started a whole new discussion thing that you could pop up on every week. Yeah, every Saturday you could come chill with us for about an hour. You know what I'm saying? Right now we're talking Resident Evil. The remake was announced. Resident Evil 4, the remake was announced. So that's what we're chit chatting about. But I was just raising the question to Del Boy, like, I understand the remakes to 1, 2, 3. I understand that they would have remade Silent Hill 1 and 2, right? That makes sense. Those things came out a while ago. Those were like PlayStation 2 games. But I don't understand. Well, Resident Evil was definitely a PlayStation 1 game.
It was actually originally for what was it? No, I think it was a PlayStation 1 came out. It was GameCube.
Resident Evil 1, 2, and 3 definitely came out on PlayStation 1.
Oh yeah, they did. But I know originally Nintendo had the rights to it, especially when Resident Evil came out after that with the GameCube. I remember a big deal over that, but it's all history. But as I say, look, I loved all of them. I'm not too keen on the new ones. That's just because I'm getting old. When I come to Resident Evil 4, it had a fine blend of horror, really eerie shit, and action. The action was really good, so you had both. Where 1 and 2 was more kind of stealth and horror. 5 kind of led in more action, 6 action, and now recently they've gone back to basics, more horror, and everyone raves about part 8 and 7 there a couple of years ago. But for me, Resident Evil 4 still my favorite game. Worried about how it was going to look, saw what I saw, that I was like, oh my god. And they've added a few new things. I don't want to go on about it all day because I'm going to fanboy over it because I love it. I'm excited. I'm going to go off and play it.
So did they also announce? You said they also announced a remake to Silent Hill, right?
Right. So I'll get to that in a minute because I have a few things to say about that. But I just wanted to say, look, what do you guys think about Resident Evil 4? Because do you like what Davey said? Do you think it's a bit boring to do a remake? Have you seen the showcase? What do you think? Do you love it? Do you hate it? Let us know in the comments, and let us know if you're watching live. Now, is there anyone agree with me? Anyone seen it? Anyone care?
Henry says, "Did you see the new Halloween? I heard it was absolutely terrible." See, they don't care about your topic. Your topic trash. I'm just joking, man.
Right.
No,
we will talk about Halloween in a minute.
Actually,
we have stuff to talk about.
Exactly. We're going to talk about Halloween in just a little bit. All right.
And I have a review. Have you subscribed to my channel, Henry? Yeah. We already did a video. If you check it out, on both our channel, we done it last week about Halloween ends, but we have more to say tonight. Some gossip, some juicy inside gossip to talk about in a minute. Not very nice stuff either.
Marvin X Files says Dead Space is a better game than Resident Evil.
Huh?
He says Dead Space is a better game than
they reckon Dead Space, which by the way is really good. I think, aren't they doing a remake to that as well or something? Dead Space at one point was considered the most frightening game of all time. Did you know that?
I heard, and I know that they were trying to make a movie about it.
It was pretty good. Yeah, 1, 2, and 3. I don't know about the movie, but I know either they've revamped it.
They've been wanting to make a Dead Space movie for a while. They just never got it. I don't know. They haven't.
I can imagine it being a bit like the first Alien, partly more Alien, yeah. But yeah, definitely good. But I just want to jump on to.
Wait, hold on. We still got some more things to read.
Oh, sorry.
Marvin X File says Resident Evil 4 is a classic.
Thank you. It is. Marvin,
Justin chimed in and said, Henry, it was bad Halloween ends. Justin, dude, come on, man. You associate with us right correctly.
Yeah, Marvin, did you see the remake preview? Or did you see
X, did you see the showcase, the Resident Evil 4 showcase for the remake?
Cheers, Henry.
And then Henry says, for your information, dumbass, I am subscribed to you, Dale. Both of you. Live streams pop up at the same time in my subscriber section. Yes, sir. Henry is the man with the plan.
Remember, when we're super huge, we'll remember who was there at the beginning.
Oh yeah, Henry always gets a shout out because he's tight, because his name kind of sounds like Henry Cavill, Your favorite. Your favorite.
Maybe it is. But yeah, Henry. What was it, Marvin? Did you see the showcase? Let us know if you saw it the other night or anything. But now I want to jump on to Creed 3. Creed 3. Now, what did you think of the trailer the other night?
The trailer actually looked really good. The cinematography looked excellent. I really felt like they kind of gave away a little bit too much in that trailer, to be honest with you. But I mean, and also I'm not really like enthusiastic about this story. It really sounds like something that got stolen from Fight Night Round 5 or some shit. Like, I wasn't too excited about them taking, like, basically giving us the whole damn story in the trailer. Like, it felt like they gave away way too much. That was just me though.
I'm hoping that it's not what it seems like, because it seems like, look, for those who won't know, it seemed like it was a childhood friend who's gone to prison, right? And obviously Adonis has made it big since then. And it was part of the reason, he was part of the reason why he went to, they did something together and he got caught and he didn't. He did well. He's just come out. Adonis never visited him.
He feels guilty.
Yeah, and they become...
He gives him a shot at trying to redeem his
dream. This is where it gets a bit for me, right? Look, to be a boxer and to go for the title, now we don't know if that's what he's doing.
I don't think it's to go for the title.
You don't think so?
Look,
I hope not.
I think he gives him a chance to redeem himself as a boxer, dude shows a little like basically Adonis is he's backing him up and he's saying, you know what, I co-sign this dude. And what ends up happening? He ends up turning his back on him. He beats him up. He's like, yo, we don't do that. You're making my team look bad for backing you up. He trash talks him. And then all of a sudden it starts this conflict between them two. And then and then that's why his wife was like, you know, the only way you're going to stop him is if you fight him. And then, yeah. So exactly. So that's what we're going to end up getting. I know that's exactly what we're going to get.
But I'm not going to lie. I thought he looked pretty good, despite everything.
No, it looks great. I'm just mad about that story.
I wasn't up. I was one of the people that wasn't up for Creed. I love Rocky, all of them. I was one of the people that was not up for Creed, the first one. And when I saw it, fantastic, amazing. It was that good. Stallone, didn't he? He was nominated for Best Supporting Actor and all that. It was great. Didn't love the second one as much as everyone else did. I didn't hate it. Thought it was good. I don't know where they were going to go. Were they going to go with Clubber Lang's son for it? Because there was a rumor when it was announced. I've forgotten the guy's name. You know the guy he's fighting's name. His friend.
His homie? No. I just know it's Kang, the Conqueror.
All right. Well, everyone was going, that's Clubber Lang, Mr. T's son, and this one. I was like, oh, I really hope they don't. Even as much as fanboying out, oh, great, but no, don't. It's just going to be silly.
I like that the fact that they're doing something in the Creed universe versus like kind of piggybacking off of Rocky shit. Yeah. That's what I do appreciate. I appreciate they're trying to build their own, and they're not just always just trying to be like, oh, let's find some ancestor from one of the people that Rocky beat up, and let's make him the main fighter in this movie. Like it's kind of like
I actually didn't like that in the second one. Everyone's fanboying out about Drago. I was against the idea of that at all, but it worked, and it was Now, speaking of Rocky being out of it, so have you heard about what's been going on? There's some bad blood going on, kind of, maybe.
I heard there's some drama in the LBC. You know, it's hard kind of being Snoop D-O-double-G.
Well, it started off there a couple of months ago, and I'm going to point it out with Frank Stallone, who is Sly's brother, was on Rocky as well, actually. But this is a tweet. Frank Stallone, this might be the biggest bomb in the last decade. This film is a farce directed by a guy who thinks who he is. My brother created Rocky and I was there. Now this guy puts $90 million Foley out, starring the directing. Really? Sorry, any Rocky without Sly is a joke. The only real Creed is the one where my brother unceremoniously, did I say that right, got ripped off for a well-deserved Oscar. So I'm happy that my brother was not involved in this bomb. Now, look, first of all, I'll put that up again. First of all, right, look, Sly created it, fine. And, what's his, Michael B. Jordan is directing this, so it'll be interesting to see.
Yeah, he's directing and acting in it.
Because he's like a great actor.
I think his team is in it too. I think his production team is involved too.
Probably, you know, I mean, this guy's he's like an entrepreneur, like, but now directing. Let's see what he's got. But apart from that, look, I understand. Look, whatever has happened is that he wasn't involved in it and wasn't asked, and he felt like he created Rocky, and I get it, and I do. But what I feel, and I'm going to bring it up later on when we're talking about the Halloween situation, I feel as a professional actor, which I'm not, you should shut your mouth. Unless there's something public. Look, whatever's going on, don't be tweeting. Keep it to yourself. Look, you're not happy about something. Unless someone publicly came out and shamed Stallone or his brother or any of that.
But that's Stallone's brother, right?
Yeah, but Stallone, what he said something recently about he wished he never got involved with any of the Creeds. Yeah, now I don't know.
Why do you think he feels like that?
I think it's because he's been shunned on this, but we don't know. Look, that's not confirmed.
Shunned. Look,
I don't think it's just weren't involved.
They wanted to take a step away from Rocky being like, because look, Rocky has how many damn movies?
100. It's about six. Okay,
Rocky got 6 damn movies, and then he's been in 2 Creed movies, so that makes about 8 movies. How many movies do we need to see Rocky try to get his shit together? You know what I'm saying? Like, it really feels like he's like this never-ending character development arc for Rocky. I think it comes a time and a place where you just gotta let my man step to the side and just be like out of focus.
I do think, look, maybe it wouldn't have hurt if they had contacted Stallone and said, look, we're going in a different direction this time. Yeah. And let him know. I'm assuming they didn't, but I think it wouldn't have hurt if they said that at all. But we don't know the ins and outs. We're only hearing one side of it. But I am still looking forward to this. I don't know if there'll be.
It looks good.
I don't know if they should. We'll have to wait and see. I am looking forward to it. I am on Creed now. As much as I didn't want it in the first place, I loved the first, second, and I'm up for this. Sorry, Stallone. I love Stallone, but keep it to yourself. Look, I know it's not nice. Just keep it to yourself. But look, what do you guys think? Do you looking forward to seeing it? Have you seen the trailer? Do you think Stallone should have been told or not? Do you think he's got a right to be angry? Let us know in the comments, and we're going to read them out. And if you comment on this video, well, later on when we're not live, we will still read them and get back to you anyway. Yeah, so check that out. What do you guys think? Anything in the chat, in the comments?
Marvin X File says the remake for Resident Evil 4 looks great. Mrs. T says you know exactly how I feel about trailers. Yes, she hates trailers because they give away everything.
They do.
I heard some people say that Rob Zombie's Halloween 2 is better than Halloween Ends. Fuck, I don't know. I wouldn't go that far. I wouldn't go that far, Henry. Let's see. Henry always chimed in with, is Creed the movie where Sylvester Stallone and Robert De Niro are starring together, or am I thinking of another one?
That's another one. By the way, that is a really good film. It's called, it's about the game and stuff. Oh, shit, that's Grudge Match, maybe?
I don't know. You would know that shit.
It is a really good movie.
Grudge Match?
It's really, really, really good, underrated, and nobody talks about it. No, it's not that.
We've seen the Grudge Match win.
Yeah.
Oh, anyway, yeah. So that's what look. Me personally, though, I'm gonna be honest with you. I think Sly's brother should just shut the hell up. Like it just seems kind of weird that he just come out of nowhere talking crap, especially like
he's probably defending his brother, kind of, and it's fine.
His brother don't need defending. Like, I mean,
I agree.
Sure, they could have kind of came to some sort of conclusion where he could have had like a nice little character arc and kind of like whispered off into the sunset.
Well, he kind of did in the last one.
I don't even remember the last one. It's been that long. What the hell happens at the end of that movie?
He got to fight Drago again.
But what happens?
No,
what
happens? At the end, he got in touch with his son, who he seemed to be somewhat estranged with, which was weird, but doesn't matter. And he met his grandson he never met before. And
that's a good ending. There you go. All right, it's coming back to me. That's a good ending.
Yeah, it was. I mean,
it was. Pop wherever he at. That's cool.
Look, I'm sure Rocky will be mentioned in this movie. They won't just completely.
No, they mentioned him in the trailer.
Yeah, he said part of me will always have Rocky in me, or some shit like that. Yeah.
He gets mentioned in the trailer for sure.
But, as I said, look, we'll have to wait and see. And as I said, be professional. Keep your mouth shut. Rocky, he's got plenty of money. Don't worry about it. Now, something that a lot of people have been talking about recently, and it is Brendan Fraser says that he is up for doing a Mummy 4. Now, just because he says he's up for it doesn't mean it's happening. Just to make that clear, like it's not official, it's not announced, not even been spoken of. He just said that he would like to do a Mummy 4. I mean, he would be up for it. Now,
it's not going to happen.
I was going to say to you, right? What do you think? And if they do, should he be in it? Could he be in it? Would it be a cameo?
I'll tell you why it's not going to happen. It's not going to happen because Universal Studios wanted to do the Darkverse, which was like the reboot of the monster universe that they had a long time ago. Creature from the Black Lagoon, Pride of Frankenstein, whatever, right? They wanted to do that. And what ended up happening was the first installment, which was The Mummy with Tom Cruise, that bombed. And because of it, they kind of gave up on it. So Blumhouse kind of shimmied on over and was like, hey, look, like I know y'all gave up, but let us have that property and then let us see if we could do something with it, which was The Invisible Man. So Blumhouse takes The Invisible Man, they throw it out there, and it hits. It really does hit. So there's been talks and speculations, and I've heard that Blumhouse now has the keys to the Darkverse, and that now they're giving them full control of it. Now, when we'll see the rest of these installments, I don't know, but that's the word around the campfire is that Blumhouse has the keys. Now, with that being said, if they were to give Brendan Fraser an opportunity to do the Mummy 4, then that would kind of throw everything off, because you're not going to have Brendan Fraser star as the new Mummy movie, as the central focus in that, and then also having two different Mummy movies in the same under the same property would be kind of weird. You have the Brandon Fraser Mummy, and then you have the Darkverse Blumhouse Mummy, which would conflict with each other. So it will honestly be kind of pointless for them to do that. It's and then honestly, do you really think the Mummy franchise is popular enough to the point where it can be rebirthed just by people loving Brandon Fraser? Like, I don't think as much as a sweetheart as Brandon Fraser is, I don't think he has that much appeal to people to put that many asses in the seats to make this movie lucrative enough for them to create. Because there's going to be a lot of CGI in this movie, and it's going to be it's got to be a big budget movie because it's an action movie, and for them to do that I don't think they're going to put that much money up for him to like be in this movie or to even create this movie. I think Brandon Fraser just saying, "Hey, somebody asked him a question, would you be up for it?" He simply said yes. I think this is just a what if scenario.
Okay. All right. Well, just to throw a bit of a fly in the ointment now, this is just an idea, theory, just coming up with. I agree with what you said with the Universal horror type thing. They've done the Mummy and all that. But as we go back to DC with Superman, they're ignoring the whole apparently they're ignoring the whole Snyder thing. So Batman versus Superman and the Justice League didn't happen. So we're just going to jump all that out, pretend it never happened, and start again with Superman 2, we'll say. Now, as we know, the Mummy, Tom Cruise flopped. And I think, what was it? The Invisible Man did pretty well.
Yeah, and that's why Blumhouse is probably getting the keys to that.
I would say at this point, I agree with you, but I would say never say never. Now, all that aside, just say they say yeah. Just assume they go, yeah, great. Would you think Brendan Fraser would be he would not be able to lead it? Or would you think he would have if he lost, like, I don't want to be rude, like, because I'm no belly dancer, but if he lost loads of weight, he got all toned up and he looked real like ripped. I mean, look at Stallone, he's 75 and he's Jesus, you know. But I'm just saying and he's only in his 50s, 55 compared to Stallone. He still could. If he got jacked up and the world seen how he went from this kind of overweight looking broken kind of a guy to now like he did in the old Mummies, do you think that would get people to, you know, watching that transformation? Do you think that would be to get you on the seats? Do you think people would get on the seats with that?
No, because look, here's the thing. It would have to mean something to you. I don't think the Mummy franchise means enough to people to the point where they would go see a Brandon Fraser. Like, the Mummy isn't Ghostbusters, bro. Like, you know what I mean? Like, it's not Ghostbusters. It's not, I don't know, like, what's another movie it's not a Halloween. Like, you know, it doesn't have that household name like that. It's a specific movie in a specific time frame that people kind of have in their heart, but at the same time, they know that as it progressed with the sequels, it got worse. Because I mean, the first one is classic, and then after that, they're all like either mediocre or bad, and even the spin-off movies are bad. You know, So I don't think that it has a strong enough foundation to do that. Because I mean, what was Brandon Fraser doing before this? Wasn't he on like the Young Justice or something? Or
I was going to say, look, I don't. It's some DC project anyway. I don't know what it was.
He was like this robot dude. It was like the Young Justice.
I never saw it, but apparently it's supposed to be pretty decent. And obviously, he's having a resurgence with a new film called The Whale, which I haven't seen, but
Well,
and
it's
then
not out yet.
oh right, and then what was it? There's something else. Oh, he was to be in Batgirl, wasn't he? He was in Batgirl. Yeah,
As who?
he was a villain in Batgirl, and that's been cancelled. So shit, But he's not having a good time. But the thing is that look, I love the Mummy 1 and 2. I liked 3, didn't love it, but I did like the first 2. I will say that there was going to be, so people know there was going to be a Mummy 4 with him in it back in the day with Antonio Banderas to be the
Antonio
Aztec,
Banderas.
some kind of Aztec mummy that was scrapped or put on
That sounds
hold.
like
Or
a
whatever.
fucking terrible idea. I'm sorry, that sounds like a bad idea.
This would have been like the early
Sounds
kind
terrible.
of noughties, the early 2000s. So it'd have been
And
CGI.
then now they would just say it's going to be a ripoff of the Wakanda, like the whole Wakanda now. But check this out though. Can I interject real quick? I think Brandon Fraser shouldn't do this because if he's on a trajectory to kind of revitalize his career, I really think that doing the Mummy 4 is going to just put him back in the same place that he was in. He needs to do some indie stuff. The Well is a good route. Do some A24 indie stuff, kind of get your feet wet, kind of bring your name back into it. Like look at Nicolas Cage. Like Nicolas Cage dug himself out from a grave. And a lot of it was because he was like doing a lot of indie stuff. I mean, Pig, as weird as it was kind of like his real like resurgence.
He was good on that.
Like, yo, this guy can actually act.
He was good on that.
Yeah, exactly. He was really good in that. And then I feel like he's already tricking it off because he did that movie about himself. That one movie he just put out.
Didn't I watch it recently?
Himself.
Yeah. I watched it. Yeah. I watched it.
You've seen the movie? I haven't watched it. Did you seen it?
Yeah.
How was it?
It was actually all right. It wasn't special. It was all right. I mean, people are raving about it, but I thought it was all right.
But exactly. But don't you feel like it sucks when you see situations like that, where it's like somebody's kind of like crawled themselves out of a hole just to throw themselves right back into it? Because I mean, he did the Ghostland movie, right? And I'm like thinking to myself, like, yo, this movie's gonna be crazy. And I watched it and I was so annoyed. Like that movie was bad. It has bad acting. It's a bad movie. But I will say the practical and the idea and the concept and the cinematography and even the score is really good. But Nicolas Cage ruins that damn movie in every single way.
Well, all I know is, look, I am a fan of Brendan Fraser. And for the film, first film I saw him in was California Man. I think it's called something else over in the US. For some reason, they call it California Man, where he's a caveman or some shit. But anyway, I like him a lot.
Oh, I know what you're talking about. It's
Casino. It's
no, Encino Man.
Yeah, it's called California Man here.
That's weird.
But as I said, look, I really hope the best for him. And wherever he does, whether it's The Mummy or some indie movies, I am glad to see someone like himself doing well, and more power to him. But what I want to ask you, what do you think? Do you like him? Do you hate him? Do you think he should be doing it? Would you love to see him on a new Mummy, or just think, no, I should leave it? Let us know in the comments, and we'll get back to you if you're not watching live. And if you're watching live, let us know what you think. Any chats?
Henry says, I'm happy for Brandon because it seems like he has been really relevant in the last year after being washed up for 20 years. Very true. Then we got Henry Cavill should be the next James Bond. Yeah. According to Henry.
All right, look, I think he would be perfect as James Bond. Like, perfect. Yeah, as perfect as Pierce Brosnan was in the sense. But I think that everyone will see Superman. That's what I'm kind of, he's so stuck in with that character now. Even he's only done a little one film. And so I mean, Idris Elba was my favorite. And I it's not that it's not a black thing for me. It's like, he suits it. I do think Henry Cavill would be the perfect Bond had he not been Superman. But you know what? It is. We'll see. We haven't got one yet anyway.
So is the whole DC universe getting scrapped and they are making a new one, but Henry Cavill is still going to be playing Superman in the new one?
All right, yes and no, right? So this is what they're saying is, So Man of Steel still exists in the DCEU, right? So does Wonder Woman and so does Aquaman. But Batman and versus Superman never happened. And the Justice League, Whedon or Snyder, that shit never happened there either. So we're going to go Man of Steel, Wonder Woman, Aquaman, Man of Steel 2, Wonder Woman 3, whatever. So that's what's happening. They're just getting rid of that idea. I don't know why, but they are.
John Travolta dug himself out with Pulp Fiction after his career went to shit.
Well, yeah, and now he's kind of back into shit, isn't he?
I think he's just not doing anything.
No, he does plenty. He's got like
John Travolta. When is the last time you've seen John Travolta?
Oh my god, it was there about a few months ago. He's got like he gets all these B movies that are here and there, and he was in fact there about a year ago.
What was the last thing I seen him in? The OJ series?
Oh yeah, he was in. Yeah, he was in that. But he was also in this film where he played kind of a Forrest Gump kind of a character, and it's considered one of the worst films ever made. So look,
but I don't look. Let me see. I'm about to look. Let's see when's the last time John Travolta dropped, because I swear he don't put out movies like that. But let's see. I could be wrong though. Or so let's see if the chat could beat me to it. The last movie that John Travolta did was in 2022 Paradise City. But before that, he hasn't. But that's today, this year. It's in post-production. It's not out yet. But before that, he hasn't made a movie since 2019. The Poison Rose and The Fanatic. I wanted to see The Fanatic. I ain't even gonna lie. He did Gotti. I forgot about that. None of these
Henry
movies.
says
Click the thing, man. Let him see.
Yeah, sorry, it's just I do the videos. James Bond can definitely be black. Yes, he can, because the reason why he can is look at Idris Elba. He's actually from literally up the road from me. Now, he speaks really well. He looks like he can fight, and he's charming, right? It's 2022, and the thing is that Bond. Well, if they made Bond and it was set in the 70s, 80s, or 60s, all right, he'd probably have to be white. Yeah, probably. Yeah, but why couldn't he be black now? Do you know what I mean? Because
Idris Elba would be a dope ass Bond.
I'm telling you,
but he's just too old.
That's the problem.
That's the only thing. He's just too old.
He don't look it, but if he's 50 now, or I think he's about 50, and the next Bond won't be out for another 3 or 4 years. He'll be 54, and they'll expect him to do at least, I don't know, three or four maybe. He's gonna, yeah. So I think even if they were gonna go with him, but I agree. Jesse Eisenberg, Lex Luthor. Don't even bring that up with me.
Dude, I hated that one. I hated his Lex Luthor.
Oh no, but what about Heath Ledger? Because
Gotti was terrible.
About him. Shut up.
Gotti was terrible? Damn. I actually want to see that. Thanks for telling me.
Right. Lex Luthor, Jesse Eisenberg was the worst casting. Now, the guy's a good actor and other things. Worst. Lex Luthor should have been.
I couldn't buy him as Lex Luthor.
No. He should have been the guy from the Titanic, Billy Zane. Yeah. How Billy Zane was in the Titanic. Charming, handsome, real.
I have a child.
Yeah, you see, I've got a video coming out about that, how he was in the right and they was in the wrong, right? But as I said, he was only trying to help that child, by the way. But the thing is that he's got to be charming, devious, and not all this ding, 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 all that shit. What the fuck? Yeah? What the hell?
Yeah.
I don't want to see all that. But yeah, worst thing. So Jesse Eisenberg, Lex Luthor isn't a thing anymore. I don't know. I really hope it ain't. I really hope they just forget that. Gotti was an absolute terrible. Henry, sorry, I should be putting these up here.
I mean, I already put them up. You're late.
Did you?
I put them up and we responded to both of those. You late, homie.
Gotti was an absolute terrible. Yes.
No, that's what I said. I said, thanks for letting me know. I wanted to see that.
Really bad. Really bad.
You seen it? You seen Gotti?
Saw it. I love gangster movies and Gotti and all that. Now, there was another one that was made a few years ago. It was a lot better, but yeah, it wasn't bad. And he would have been a good choice. He was a good choice
Black
for
Mass? You're talking about Black Mass?
No, there was another Gotti movie made in the 90s.
Oh, Gotti. Okay.
Yeah, and Gotti in the 90s. Lex Luthor was a great choice. I agree. Lex Luthor, for me, to date, Kevin Spacey was the best Lex Luthor we've had. Now, you know, ooh, shit. But I'm just saying is Yeah. Let's not talk about him at the moment, but he was really good.
What's
Gene
the next
Hackman.
topic, sir?
Gene Hackman was in the 70s. He was a bit playful. He was menacing, devious, but it was the 70s. He was a bit light-hearted, not like Kevin Spacey.
Y'all gotta stop asking this man about the Superman shit. He'll go on all day. What's the next topic, sir? I don't want to hear about these Superman movies, old ass Superman movies. Wag. That doesn't make you any better.
Next topic, nothing big, just something to let everyone know about Silent Hill, the movie. So we have a new Silent Hill remake, not a remake, sorry. All right, so Silent Hill 2006, there was a movie. Then we had Silent Hill Revelations in 2012.
Which was part 2?
Yeah, part 2. Now, there's a new Silent Hill game coming out, and I think there's a remake of the game again. Now, I used to remember they were quite scary back in the day, actually, real creepy. I liked Resident Evil a little bit more, but they were pretty creepy. And they're now making a new Silent Hill. It's called Return to Silent Hill, and it's directed by the same person. It's a movie. It's coming.
That shit sounds like it sounds like a movie, like Return to Silent Hill. Like it reminds.
I think it's a game called Return to Silent Hill.
Look,
as well.
If they make this movie, they need to make it like in a framework of an 80s movie, because that's the most 80s damn title I've ever heard in my life. Return to Silent Hill. Make it like an 80s movie. Trust me, you'll thank me later. They have to do it like that. Well, I mean, practical effects, fog machines, synthy soundtrack, do it. Trust me, you'll thank me later. Them ugly little blood red or pink font, do it. You'll thank me later.
I think all right. So what they are doing is the director of the first one is directing this new third one. But like a trend we have today, we're forgetting the second one ever existed. So we're going to have the first and this one, which will be the second. We'll forget about the...
They should have just rebooted this. Because, I mean, ain't nobody going to go watch the first one that came out in like 2000 or something.
So, if I remember it, it was actually pretty decent. And you know what? It was quite...
I think it was, but the problem is trying to get a younger audience to watch that movie. You get what I'm saying? Like, I get things like Nightmare on Elm Street. I get things like Friday the 13th. I get things like Halloween. Most likely, somebody's going to run across that movie and watch it. I don't think, and then if I show a kid a picture of one of the pyramid head dude or the nurse from Silent Hill, they're going to say, oh, he's in Dead by Daylight. They're not going to say anything about Silent Hill. They're going to be like, oh, he's in Dead by Daylight or something like that. They're not going to even associate it with that, sadly.
Well, actually, the pyramid guy, he was pretty cool if I remember.
Oh, yeah, he's really cool. I like his very original design. He has that big blade, but I think they should just reboot it, or I think they should just make it and just throw it out there and make it have no connection to the first film whatsoever.
Yeah, no, well, anyway, apart from that, they are doing this, and it's the second. That no matter what you think, it's going to be a sequel, even though it's the third in the franchise. But my question is to you guys: do you want to watch this? Would you like to see a sequel? Would you see another one? Did you even like the first one? Let us know in the comments below, and let us know if you're watching live. Anyone?
Yeah, so let us know what you guys think. You guys trying to see Silent Hill, Return to Silent Hill with the pink font, the synthy soundtrack, you know, with the little fog machines, John Carpenter soundtrack. Come on, trust me. Trust me.
It sounds good to me.
That's just on site, right? But I don't know if nobody cares about that.
I would be up for that 100%. But to be honest with you, I don't really care about this new. I mean, I remember the first one. I know I've seen the second one. Whoops. But I don't care. Now, I will watch it, and I hope it's good. I never hope a film's bad. I always hope they're good, because that's what we're here for. We love it. People.
I will watch it, but okay. Let me rephrase that. Let me see the trailer first, then I'll determine if I'll watch it.
All right.
Because based on that Resident Evil trailer I saw, like at the beginning of the year, I wasn't watching that movie.
Yeah,
the last Resident Evil movie that came out, or TV show, whatever it was, I'm not watching it.
I watched the first episode, and that was done. But
yeah.
Now,
We only got one comment. Hold up. But he's still talking about Lex Luthor. Henry says Jesse Eisenberg might have been a good Riddler, but not a
he
Lex
would have
Luthor.
been, and I said that.
Yeah, that would
everyone
have been
says
perfect.
that. Yeah, he would have been a good
or
Riddler.
even a Brainiac or something. You know what I'm saying? Like somebody.
No,
Come on.
no.
Come on.
Thing is, right, again, just to make it clear, I do think Jesse Eisenberg is actually a decent actor. And
No, he's not a decent actor. He's a really good actor.
I watched something that you recommended the other day, about a year ago. Do you remember? And it was, I never heard of it, and I'm just telling everyone to check it out. And you didn't watch it, even though you said it to me. The Art of Self-Defense.
I wanted to watch that.
Oh my God, was that funny? No, really. There's only a handful of films that have made me fucking eyes water. And there were some scenes on that, and I was just water. All right. But yeah, now if anyone's seen that, watch it. But Jesse Eisenberg, Lex Luthor, I've got to stop talking about it because I'll just get ruined it. But now I want to jump on to design the next topic, and it is for people who don't know, Daniela Harris. She played
Laurie Strode's daughter, right?
Yeah, I think her name was
Jamie.
Yeah, I think her name was Jamie. Yeah, she was. So her and the girl who played Laurie Strode in Rob Zombie's Halloween. So they did a podcast. So this Daniela Harris has her own podcast, you know, and a few days ago, about a week or a few days ago, anyway, she came out and said that they were at an after party there recently, and she was there with Jamie.
There was an after party to Halloween. The Halloween Ends premiere. It was the Halloween Ends premiere. It was the after party.
Right. Well, she was there, and she said to she hadn't never met Jamie Lee Curtis, you know, and obviously it was she said it was like a dream to meet her because she wanted to be like her on the movies, you know, which is fair enough. So she approached Jamie Lee Curtis and said, I played your daughter in part 4 and 5. And Jamie Lee Curtis said something like this: I haven't seen those films. I don't care. I don't know who you are. And shunned her straight away. Yeah. Now, Daniela Harris said on the podcast, she was waiting for her to turn around and say, only just kidding. Of course I know. But she didn't. And she walked off. And Daniela Harris was really hurt by this. Now, on another note, the girl, I've forgotten her name. I should get it up, really.
So her name is something Compton.
Her name is...
her last name is Compton.
Is it?
Something, I think it's something and Compton.
I'm just going to get it out because it's going to bother me. Her name is Scott Taylor Compton. Yes.
There you go. I was close enough.
So at the same event, I'm assuming, because it sounded like it was, a similar thing happened with her. Now, not together at the same time.
I think they were together, and they approached, if I'm not mistaken, I think they were together. No. They approached Jamie Lee Curtis. Jamie Lee Curtis like, I don't know you bitches. And then she walked away. And then, like, what happened was Daniela Harris was hurt, but what's her name? Compton? What's her name?
Sarah Taylor Compton.
Sarah was apparently really hurt. And I think, if I'm not mistaken, I think it was on the podcast she was crying.
Yes.
Yeah, so she started crying, like tearing up, talking about this because she legit was like hurt at the fact that Jamie Lee Curtis was like, I don't know you girls, like, fuck out of my face.
Yeah, basically. Yeah, and they were really hurt. Now, Daniela Harris was hurt, but the other girl was crying, like really hurt by it. Now, I'm going to say there's another rumor. Now, this is a rumor because there is no merit to what this is being saying, but it's a rumor going by other people. But Heather Langenkamp was there. And you know the girl who played Tina in...
You said Heather Langenkamp? You mean Nancy from Nightmare on Elm Street?
Yeah. And you know Tina, the girl who played Tina? Something White. Her name is anyway.
Carrie White?
Her name is White. She played Tina. Apparently, Jamie Lee Curtis was very standoffish with them and very dismissive of them when they were near her or approached her. Now, just want to make that clear. That's a
Look
rumor.
how unhappy Jamie looks in this picture. Good Lord.
I
Look
don't
how
know.
mad she looks.
I
You see
don't
that
know. She
stiff
looks
ass
like I've got to
face?
do this shit. Like, who are these nobodies? I don't know these strangers. I never
Look,
seen
man,
any.
we about to roast Jamie Lee Curtis. She over here looking like that corpse from Beetlejuice. Remember
But
when
I was going to say, look, this is my opinion on that. Look, again, when it comes to Stallone and what we said earlier on, I do think, look, as a professional, she only hurt your feelings. That's it. And that's not nice. And I agree. If she did do that, which we don't know because there's two sides to every story. Yeah. We're not hearing Jamie Lee Curtis' side. But if she did that, she's really out of order. And that's just bad on her. But it's an insult. It's not even an insult. If you're insulted or hurt by it, that's not nice. But you're a professional actress, both of you, apparently. And so is she.
allegedly.
And keep this kind of thing to yourself. Like, look,
But
unless
she's a podcaster, though. Daniela Harris has a
I
podcast.
still
She said,
think there's
look,
a professional courtesy there with that. I
fuck
do.
all that
I
courtesy
no, I
shit.
do.
Look,
I wouldn't do it. If
I
I
know
was,
you wouldn't do it,
I
but
would not do
Daniela
it.
Harris has a podcast, and I don't know. See, here's the thing: we don't know how this conversation sparked up. She
No.
could have been asked something from an audience member. She could have been asked something from a fan. Hell, she could have just been interviewing an old girl, and then she just broke down and cried, and then they just decided to fucking talk about it. Who knows how this conversation sparked up? But apparently, it bothered her so much to the point where she felt like the need to bring it up. You know what I mean? So I get it. But at the same time, this is also not like some unknown public knowledge. Like I've heard Jamie Lee Curtis isn't like the nicest freaking person.
I've never heard that.
You've never heard that?
No.
I've heard, look, I'm telling you, I've heard that Jamie Lee Curtis isn't like the really like nicest person. And on top of that, when people talk about Jamie Lee Curtis coming to like conventions and cons, they said that she kind of makes it seem like she's like above it. Now imagine Jamie Lee Curtis headlining a con, right? And they're telling her to take pictures with all these people from the different Halloween franchises. You think she really gonna want to stand next to Busta Rhymes and all these other people that were the cast members of Halloween Resurrection?
Trick or treat, motherfucker.
Exactly. No, but seriously, like really think about that. This could be the headline. The cast from Halloween Resurrection returns to headline Monsterpalooza 2023. She's a part of that, and if she's gonna be like, you really? I think that Jamie Lee Curtis would feel like she's above that shit and would not be like, I'm not going to associate with these people from freaking Halloween Resurrection. I was only in that movie for like 15 minutes anyway.
But
right?
there's still courtesy. Like I wouldn't be rude to anyone on purpose. She could have kept it. If look, we don't know, we weren't there, but she could have been, oh, that's great, that's nice, you know, good for you. And now, you know, but if she was as abrupt and bad for her, that's terrible. But now, Daniela Harris has now since deleted that podcast because what she was worried about being blackballed by Jamie Lee Curtis, which is possible. But you know what? For me, the damage is done. It's too late.
Can I address that? Because Daniela Harris ain't going to be... Daniela Harris is not a Hollywood name. Daniela Harris gets approached for B horror movies and certain type of shit. Daniela Harris is supposed to be in a brand new film directed by Damian Leone called Stream. And she and Felissa Rose from Sleepaway Camp, they're going to be in it with Tony Todd and some other people. She is a niche actress. She gets picked for specific roles. Now, I was on a recent, she was signing things online, and she had a live Q&A, and somebody asked her about like how she would want, like, does she want to ever go back to the Halloween franchise? Daniela Harris really does love the Halloween franchise. She even was thinking about different ways of how to bring her character back into the Halloween franchise, right? So imagine somebody who's basically made a whole damn living off of this one freaking character that she played when she was a kid. And this franchise means everything to her. Like, it's literally like her whole income, right? And it's her whole claim to fame. She's put everything into this damn movie. And then basically for the person who you kind of were meant to replace as the focal point in the arc, just suns you and just says, I don't know who you are. Fuck out of my face. Like, you know, like Jamie Lee Curtis could have been cool about it.
That's what
and
I'm
like,
saying.
she could have been cool about it, but like, oh, yeah, just take a picture, chop it up with him, whatever. Right? But she didn't. And then on top of that, like, why would I don't think that Daniela Harris is lying. Why would she have to lie? I don't think she's lying. I don't think she has to lie. And I think that this situation happened. I have heard people talk about how they want Jamie Lee Curtis to come to horror cons, and she acts like she's above it, and she's never going to. And I've heard people say she's never going to do a con, like ever, like never going to do a con. And I'm like, fuck, like that sucks. Like,
I hate saying it, but I got a feeling that it did happen the way Daniela Harris says.
I think it happened like that. And then I'm not even going to blame Daniela for talking about it. If she want to talk about it, she can talk about it. She could air out her grievances. Shit, she could bring fucking Jamie Lee Curtis could pull up to her podcast and defend it if she want to. You know what I mean?
She could have, but again, look, it's just Hollywood gossip. It's just rubbish. But I want to ask you guys now. Have you heard the podcast? What do you think? Do you think Jamie Lee Curtis is a bitch, or do you think she's great? Do you think it's lies? What do you reckon? Let us know in the comments below. And if you're live, let us know what you're talking about here. Now, who's this?
Rob Zombie Halloween movies aren't the best, but Malcolm McDowell is in them, so they are worth watching just for that.
Right. I thought Malcolm McDowell in part 1 was really good. I didn't like him in the second one because his character went from being a caring type Loomis to I want to make money selling books. It was like too much of a change in character, you know. But he's a great actor in general, and he's from Britain, so of course I love him. But yeah,
Dr. Loomis is the best character in the Halloween franchise besides Michael himself. I guess my man he was always drunk on set though.
I think Michael Whitehall was the best character.
But hey, let's talk about this real quick before we switch the gears. I wish more people were in this damn room, but I feel like we kind of like spaced them out. But check it out. We got rumors about the Halloween Ends ending. It's so weird. So apparently the Halloween Ends ending was changed 2 months before the movie was released.
Yeah.
And a lot of people don't like the ending of Halloween Ends. A lot of people, I personally didn't like the ending, nor did I like the third act. And apparently, whole third act was shot 2 months prior to the release of that movie. Apparently, there was a whole different third act 2 months prior. And they went to a screener. They sat in the back. People gave their opinions. And what ended up happening was they didn't like the outcome. So they changed it. And not only that, I heard they went through 2 other endings. Because apparently one of the endings was Laurie dies. And then one of the other ending was Corey survives. So how do you, Del Boy, feel about them changing the movie 2 months before its release? And then also, what do you think about the idea of the alternate endings of one Corey living and then the other one Laurie dying?
Tell you the truth, I don't care, but because I feel like the rest of the movie was so. I'm not going to swear, but the rest of the movie was so bad it didn't matter. Now you know the bit where he grabbed her by the throat when he was dying. I thought she was going to be killed there.
I was hoping.
Yeah, but again, she didn't, and I didn't care. I do think that Corey surviving might have been better in a sense because I felt the way he was killed off because we got this whole story arc through the whole film, all about him, and then bang, stab myself, done, over. So there was no real ending to his story arc. I don't know if he lived, would that have changed much in that sense, but I just feel like, all right, we're investing in this character now, and it's all right, let's forget it. Let's get back to Halloween for the last 20 minutes. It's like, what are you doing? And the fact that it took 2 months before this film came out showed that they had no real idea what they were doing, or not much faith in it either, to be honest with you. But that's not good. What I was going to say is,
Henry says that I agree. And wait, Scott Taylor Compton is kind of hot.
I think Daniela Harris is kind of hot myself, but yeah.
I agree. In Rob Zombie's Halloween 2, they turned Dr. Loomis into Dr. Phil. That's funny as hell.
It's true.
Hey, Sean from Better Call Saul has returned. Sean Franklin. What
Hello,
up?
Sean. Hello,
Sean,
Sean. I remember. Yeah, I remember Sean. He was the guy
Sean
who
was
couldn't
with
say
us
his
with the
name
Better Call
properly.
Saul videos, right?
Yeah.
Sean,
Remember
I
we
just want to
couldn't
make
say his
sure.
name.
I want to make sure, man. Welcome
Yeah,
back.
I'm sure it's him.
Yeah. So honestly, look, personally, like I said, I would have preferred an ending where Corey lives. This is what if I would have ended the movie, this is how I would have ended it, right? I would have made them act like Michael Myers was dead. They take him on a stupid road trip to the meat grinder to the car place. They throw him in the meat grinder, but before they do it, he grabs Lori, drags her to the meat grinder. They all die together. Freaking the daughter's going, ah, like watching her grandmother get smothered up, smashed up to pieces. And then we do that scene. You know how they do in Halloween what they did with the original, where they go from house to house to house to house to house.
Yeah.
They do those solo shots.
Yeah.
I think one of the shots should have been of the house, and it would show Corey dead on the floor. And all of a sudden, you see him sit up, and the screen goes dark, and then you hear it go. You hear the breathe, like the iconic Michael Myers breath. It would have been perfect. Perfect.
I agree that my favorite part of what you said there was him, because he's never really dead anyway. But if he actually grabbed her at that last moment and pulled her into, that would have been a twist. It would have changed the film for me. I would have went, you know what? Respect. Do you know what I mean? But
yeah,
it didn't, and it was shit. So
exactly. But look, I'm telling you, and then they could have dipped in little shots like the original, and then you just stop on that one shot of Corey laying on the floor, then him sit up, screen goes black, and you hear the little signature. You know, like the little not Darth Vader, but you know, like the signature Michael Myers. And then you hit the little dun, 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 dun. It would have been tight. It would have been perfect.
It would have been good. It would have changed it up.
Good.
But unfortunately, we didn't get that. And a shame, but Davey from the 80s should have been writing this movie, it sounds like, if you ask me.
Well, yeah, because apparently they don't know how to write a cohesive trilogy. You got 3 movies. You had 3 movies to do it, and they weren't able to do it. They were not able to finish it, and that's sad. But
so what do you guys think? Do you let us know in the comments below? Do you think that was a good idea what Davey said or not? Let us know.
Yeah, how do you like my ending versus what you guys got? How do you like I personally can't wait to see the freaking get the Blu-ray so I can see what freaking what other stupid endings they have. I want to see the other endings that were played to audiences. I really want to see that. Sean says, you think Superman and the Flash, Green Lantern, Green Arrow, Shazam, Justice League, Teen Titans video games?
I've played all of the superhero video games, especially with DC. Do you think Superman and the Flash, Green Arrow, Justice League team video? I don't quite understand the question. Do I like him? Have I seen him? Do you think?
I know. I was like video game.
I mean, there's a Teen Titan game. I'm not sure if there is. I don't know about the Teen Titan game, but if it's Justice League, I'd play it. I know that Superman, the game, has been in production hell again by Rockstar, who made Grand Theft Auto. And
Rockstar was making a Superman game?
Yeah, an open world, but they kept putting it on hold, which it's like what me and you spoke about the other day.
Ain't nothing on Superman 64. Nobody got nothing on Superman 64.
Rings, but yeah.
Prior to the rings, boy.
Oh my god. I've got that. I've got it up there.
I believe you.
But
it's funny because it's like Spider-Man was such a great game for 64, and then you had rings. I was like, am I playing Sonic or am I playing Superman?
Yeah.
But I would like to do this. I would like to take a minute and tell you guys that if you guys get a chance, if you guys were disappointed with Halloween Ends, I would recommend going to see Terrifier 2. Damian Leone and David Howard Thornton put a lot of time and energy into that movie. And me personally, I think it's worth it. So I would say if you're looking for a movie to watch around the Halloween time that's new, I would definitely recommend going to see Terrifier 2. It is doing amazing in the movie theaters. Has a ridiculously low budget. It's like 10-folded its freaking budget. So and it's found like a lot of recent success. And I really think it's worth the hype. So go check it out.
Yeah. Well, I've been looking forward to seeing that, and it's not been out. I should hopefully be seeing it tomorrow. And for everyone who wants to see my review, will be coming out as soon as I watched it in the next couple of days. So make sure you click subscribe and hit the bell for notifications if you want to see that. I'm looking forward to that more than I was looking forward to Halloween, to be honest with you. And
Robert Pattinson is a great Batman, by the way. The guy is awesome in everything. I'm glad people are starting to realize that he shouldn't be defined by Twilight, you know? Yeah, see, that was another character that had to dig itself out of a hole. But he did it, in my opinion, he did it with Good Time. If you guys have seen Good Times, that's a pretty good movie. And that already showed his acting chops. I mean, in order to show your acting chops, sometimes you got to go indie. That's what I've realized. Let's see. Do you guys like the Batman Arkham games? That's for you.
Yes. Now,
I heard they're amazing though.
My son was mad onto them. I loved them. They're really good, all of them. I think there's 4 of them, but yeah, they were really good. And I mean, I'd love to I wish they'd make another, but yeah, the question is, yes, I loved them. I thought they were great.
X-Files says, I want to see watch Terrifier. Do it, bro. Have you seen the first one? Have you seen the first one, X-Files?
I have seen the first one. Yeah, the first one's good. Really
let's see. Dill, you haven't seen it? What are you waiting for?
What are we talking about?
I forgot.
The one you were talking about, Robert Pattinson, I think.
Oh, Good Times? No.
Yeah, was it that? Because I haven't seen that, but no, I haven't. Don't know.
Oh, Terrifier 2?
No. Terrifier 2.
Terrifier 2, I think.
I haven't watched it. It's not out here in the UK.
It wasn't out in the UK.
Yeah, unfortunately. But yeah, Terrifier 1. So let me tell you, you over there is the one who introduced me to the Terrifier, because I didn't even really hear about it, you know. So this came out, didn't it come out in 2016 or 17 or something like that?
Something like that.
Yeah. So this came out for a couple of years, and I think it was about a year ago when I first watched it, about a year ago. Now, wow. I mean, like, I've seen some gory shit, but it's pretty. But it was really, really entertaining. He's a great horror icon. Yeah,
he's definitely up there. Like he's like
really good. The film isn't like, people go to see horror, and a lot of people are expecting like
amazing stories.
Yeah, amazing stories. But people like you and me, we like the amazing kind of Sixth Sense type things, but we also appreciate good kind of gore horror with no need for a backstory, just pure macabre and 80s feel to it. And that's what
this is a straight up 80s slasher, a love letter to the 80s. And I don't think people understand that. People go into it like, it's such a stupid story, it has bad acting, and I'm like, you're missing the point. You're missing the point completely. Like, this isn't The Exorcist, this isn't Hereditary. It's not trying to tell you a long cohesive story. It's just trying to get you from point A to point B and entertain the shit out of you, which it does greatly. Yeah. Marvin X-Files says, I haven't seen the first Terrifier.
Go and watch it.
Go watch it on Tubi, dude. It's free. Henry says, did you guys see that they are making a Mario movie?
Yes.
The trailer came out recently.
Yes. It's what's his name? Chris Pratt is playing Mario. Chris Pratt.
I saw a little bit of it. I didn't watch all of it, but it looks really good.
Yeah, I haven't seen the trailer or whatever, but I know that Chris Pratt is playing Mario, which is an interesting choice, to be honest with you. But yeah, I mean, anything to do with games and superheroes and Mario and Sonic, I'm on board. Chris Pratt, I don't know, but still, I think we'll see. He's a good actor. What do you reckon?
Mario, I don't know. I don't think I'm gonna see that.
Well, we've got Sonic. Sonic's done well, so we might as well come out with its rival Mario and do that.
I need a live action Mario movie. I need to redeem the '90s one.
Oh god, yeah, Bob Hoskins. But yeah,
wasn't that John Leguizamo too?
That's it. Yeah, Luigi.
That was the last topic, right?
That was the last topic.
All right. Do you guys have any questions before we shut down? We had an amazing hour and 24 minutes. If you guys got any questions, hit us up.
I just want to say, before you ask, I haven't got filters on this at all. I really am this good looking. So just before you ask me that, yeah, just thought I'd let you know. Any people want to just tell me how good looking I am, I would be up for that.
Sure, Dale. Anyway, Also, make sure you guys tune in every Saturday, 8 p.m. Pacific time. We will be going live. We will have various topics to cover. Whatever's new in the news, we will discuss it. We'll talk about it. If you guys have topics that you guys think that we should touch, you can throw it in the chat. We'll discuss it. We want this to be an open air environment. Think of it like an open air live stream. You know, so you guys will be very instrumental into creating the topics on this live show. So we want you guys to be a part of our Masters of the Cineverse community.
Cineverse. But I just wanted to say, like
Seth Rogen is playing Donkey Kong.
Listen, is that a thing, or is that you just joking? Because I actually don't know. Is that real?
I honestly don't know. If Donkey Kong is in a castle, I'm tripping.
I really don't know if that's a thing. I kind of hope you're joking, but I just want to say is, look, we're going to start, as he said, we're going to start doing this every week, and we are definitely going to answer all your questions unless we get billions. And if you do comment while we're not, if you're watching this video in a few days from now and you decide, oh, it's no point commenting, please do, because we will read it and react to it and reply to it, both of us. So just don't think that we won't, because we're not live at that time, right? And we want all of you to join us again. Now, is there any other questions that you would like to give us?
Oh, also, if you guys run across any news that you think that we should like cover, just go to one of our videos, drop it in a comment, and be like, "Oh, you can use this for like one of your episodes," or "Oh, have you seen this article, or have you seen this news, or you heard about this?" Whatever recent video, and we'll get to it, and we'll put it, we'll stash it in the
if something breaking and some big deal, some news comes out this week that you're the first and nobody's heard about, please put it in our comments of this video and I'll read it, and maybe we can put it on as next week's topic if it's relevant. And
in any video, if it's this one or any, because you know, if we drop videos and this gets buried, then whichever video pops up first or whatever, if you want to jump back to this one too, it's fine as well.
Charlie
Day is playing Luigi.
I don't know who Charlie Day is.
Who the hell is? Why does that name sound familiar? And Jack Black is Bowser. Are you serious?
I think he's winding us up.
Nah, he says he's dead serious. Oh, Charlie Day.
I don't know.
Charlie Day is an American actor. Oh, he's the kid. He's the dude from Fist Fight with Ice Cube and Horrible Bosses. The guy with the squeaky voice.
Oh, yeah. I know you're talking about. Yeah, okay. I got you. Jack Black.
The one that Jennifer Aniston was trying to hump, I think.
Yeah, I remember it. Yeah. That was quite funny, actually. But yeah. Well, I think that'll be it. Doesn't look like there's many more questions today. And I just want everyone to, I want to thank everyone for joining us. Thanks for all your questions. Thanks for listening to us. And if you have any comments after the show, just let them know and put it in there. Now, if you haven't subscribed, please subscribe to my channel, Movie Mash, Mr. Cinema Chop Shop, Davey from the 80s. I'll put a link.
If you check the description in the video, I have tagged Del Boy's channel in mine. I'm pretty sure he did mine in his. If not, he will do it soon.
I've done it.
And you can just go straight to the description, click it, it'll take you to the other person's channel, and we'll go about it like that.
Yep. Now, I want to say goodbye. Thanks for everyone, and we'll see you next week. But check out some videos. We have more videos anyway, our own videos throughout the week. Check them out.
Make sure to go browse our content. Maybe this week, I don't know, I might I haven't been dropping the Month of Madness videos because I'm freaking tired. So maybe I'll just do a random live stream during the week and then talk about some horror stuff. I'll figure it out.
Well, I'm going to try and do some videos this week because it's horror week. So I'm going to definitely start with Terrifier. But anyway, look, I'm going to ramble on. It was nice talking to you all, and we will see you next week.
Thank you guys for returning back from Better Call Saul. We appreciate it.
Definitely you guys.
Serious.
And just remember, when we're huge in the next couple of weeks, when we're just massive, we'll always remember the people who started with us first. Anyway, see you later. Bye.
Adios.
See you all soon, you royal boobs. I can't wait. See you all soon, you royal boobs. I can't wait.